All right. Hello. Welcome to anyone watching this in the future. You're watching a game that was arranged through the Gauntlet, a cool place in the internet where people get together and play cool role-playing games, tabletop role-playing games, story games, indie games, OSR games, games that don't have dice. Amazing stuff. Pinnacle of role-playing games, apparently. No, not really. We just get together and have fun. Find them at gauntlet-rpg.com. There's lots of stuff there, like a monthly zine for anyone who subscribes to their Patreon, podcast network, which is lots of cool stuff, and the Hangouts calendar to which this game was arranged. This is part 3 of a bajillion parts, not 12 parts specifically, of a campaign of Masks: A New Generation by Brendan Conway, published by Magpie Games. We're using the Suits playset, which you can find in the Secrets of Aegis supplement. A malevolent interdimensional force called the Suits are slowly trying to take over Aegis, the premier law enforcement agency of the world, and only our heroes stand in the way, though they might be a bit too busy with their own neuroses, because Masks is, of course, a game about teenagers, teenage superheroes who have to deal with growing up, identity, all that good fun, while, having to deal with the melodrama of superheroics, like having to punch people or having a secret identity or having accidentally built a homicidal AI that wants to destroy the world, or having been raised as a super lethal weapon and having had no childhood, normal concerns like that. And before we jump into that, let's introduce ourselves and the players and the characters. So, I should introduce myself. My name's Leandro. Hello, hi, I'm the GM. I use he, him pronouns. Let's introduce players and their characters and shout out a cool thing that happened last session while you're at it. So I'll start with yourself, Ferret.
Hello, I am Sawyer, also known as Ferret. Don't care what you call me. Gender-wise, I use he, him, but any of them really work. Care what you call me. I am playing Melcor Vasquez, who is a normal, everyday Filipino barista at Starbucks who happens to house the soul of an alien space Amazon princess, as you do. And she is known as Varga Rocks, a bit of tongue-in-cheek take on the original name of Darna and the fact that he had to swallow a meteorite to house her soul. And last session, I think I will do two things. One of my favorite parts was throwing a license plate over the horizon to, deal with some people extra legally, and offering to teach our weapon of destruction how to dance for fun.
Hopefully that worked out well. Maybe, who knows? Up next in the character keeper, Robert, tell us about yourself and your character.
Hi, I'm Rob. I use he, him pronouns, and I'm playing Kevin Ryback, otherwise known as Loki, who is a kid genius who is the one that was responsible for the out of control AI that was mentioned earlier. Currently an agent for Aegis, and not much else I think to mention about him right now.
Well, what's the thing that happened to you last session?
Last session, I tracked. I put a tracker on one of the my senior agents because they were carrying something around that I didn't want to be out in the open, so I wanted to see where they were taking it, and kept, found. I was following them for the most part, and other things happened after that, which weren't me.
Okay, all right. We'll pick up on some of those things when we get into play. And last but not the least, Sabine, tell us about your character who may or may not be able to dance at this point.
I am Sabine. I use any pronouns, and I'm playing the Serenade of Thorns, who is the weapon. And they have been implanted with the Serenade implant by a strange cult, the Heavenly Dream Choir, or Dreaming Heavenly Choir. That was it. And they escaped the cult, joined Aegis because there was nothing much for them to do anyway. And now they're trying to fit in what happened to them last time, and they were kind of told by the missing character we won't see today, Agent Solid, that they should just go into a bar and dance, dance. Only they're really a martial artist kind of killer weapon thing, and when they dance, it didn't end so very well, but they got locked up and they met a nice girl, I guess, Harmonia, and they had a good talk. And now Varga has offered the Serenade of Thorns how to dance, to teach them how to dance, and I have no idea how this is going to work out.
Well, you never know. Could work out well. All right. So before we get into play, I want to remind folks of the safety tools that we have. Always good to have this conversation. Again, we're here to make sure that we're playing in a nice and comfortable environment, and safety is part of making that environment. We have lines and veils, as always. Lines are things that won't be crossed. Like, it's just not going to show up in the fiction at all. Just like, no, not dealing with that. Veils are things that can happen in fiction, but we're not going to concentrate on it. The camera will cut away, so to speak, or we're going to fast forward over that, basically. We're also using the X card, which is basically like if we ever run into a scene where folks are made uncomfortable for any reason, or just feel uncomfortable for any reason. Any reason's fine. They can say they want to X an element from the scene, either say they want to do it, or they want to make a symbol on the camera, or on the chat, or in the roll for a party room. I might ask some questions as to what's being X-carded, but no one gets to question why. If it happens, it happens. We'll go back and start over. And finally, there's an open door policy, which means that anyone here on the table, including myself, can call for a break at any time, whether because there's an emergency, or you're more tired than you thought, or you just need a break right there. I'll allot the time for breaks. But if you need, if you just really need to go, like anytime, people can call that in. Okay, so quick recap about last week. It was mostly a lot of heartfelt conversations. It felt like last week. Yes, there was that disaster at the club. There's Agent Fermero giving like telling you in 5 different ways that you all should stay away from what I'm doing because I'm an adult and y'all don't know you don't have clearance. I think she told Loki at some point to just be a kid. Just enjoy for a moment. Stop worrying about me. That's not your job. Melcor had a chat with his co-worker / incredibly burnt out telepath kind of anti-hero who's carrying a lot of pain. Serenade had a chat again, with Harmonia, who's kind of a supervillain. Kind of. She seemed nice. Big fan of Loki, apparently. Good luck with that. He did save Agent Fermero again from a bunch of folks from the Spider, who is kind of the Spider Web, who's kind of like a criminal organization in the city. But more and more, you're kind of getting the sense that there's a division in Aegis called Howl Division that kind of has a lot of power in the place, and like ordering around Agent Fermero, who technically doesn't work for them, can just give them like, okay, no, you're gonna do a thing for us now. And I think we kind of ended with like a hint that Loki got a job offer basically from one of their agents, Agent Marcus Hyde, to basically like, hey, come work for us. As in like do stuff for a beat. Kind of accepted that and kind of brought the whole team along, but we ended on a cliffhanger. But before we get in that cliffhanger, I kind of want to do. Okay, I'll just tell what the cliffhanger is for anyone who might be watching this. We ended last week with Jamie coming. Low key, Kevin getting told that the memorial for his friend has been postponed because the person organized the memorial, Jamie slash Agent Sulet's landlady, Mrs. Smith or Millie McCreary. Yeah, sorry, I'm looking at my conspiracy wall. Has gone missing. Her place has been torn. I've been torn up, and all that's left there is a sizzling, like burnt mark on the wall, the bark of the Dreaming Heaven choir. So that's kind of the cliffhanger. But let's kind of zoom out a bit and let's say this issues kind of start with like a bit of like maybe days before, because the cliffhanger kind of happened in between, maybe like a few days after the kind of end of last session, which was a nice, fun drag party. Yeah, so the what I'm imagining is, yeah, I want kind of like a scene with the one each for the three of y'all. And the scene with Melcor, I'm imagining, is we kind of said that he kind of meets up with his Aegis handler, Agent Viviana Sarah, and just to check up. So I kind of want that. For Loki, you've been invited to visit Harmonian Prison, and you said you'd go. So we're gonna do that. And for Serenade, I kind of want a flashback. I want a bit of their time in the choir. This is probably some sort of dream flashback. Dreams are cool. It's good to have flashbacks to flesh out. So I think we do that in that order then. That's all right with folks. Oh yeah, since a few days have passed, the Melcor, the Janus has a move for that. For when,
Yes, I shall roll my mundane.
yeah, good luck.
I'll need it. I got an 11.
Oh my god! Wow, you're juggling really well. I mean, I knew that from yesterday from the game, but in character, let's see. So yeah, your obligation. So on a when a hit, things are going pretty well. You have an opportunity or advantage thanks to one of your obligations. So hold on to that. So, yeah, geez, you're doing fine. Okay. So we mentioned that you meet up with Agent Sarah in like a separate coffee shop, not where you work.
Yeah, the pretty much like our competition in the city. Like
Did we give them
Prospect Cups or something?
Yeah, Prospect Cups. Yeah, imagine anything in this city that's just not a brand already, just the word Prospect over it. Oh, there goes Robert. Hope he comes back. Yeah, Prospect Cups. I like that. Yeah. So I think when you meet with Agent Sarah, I think we're gonna cut the comic book opens. I think the panel, the two of you already there, and Agent Sarah is dunking heaps upon heaps of sugar on on her coffee. Yeah, on her in her coffee. I need to figure out who I'd face cast as her. You have ideas because she's only popped up barely, but if you have idea what you want it to look like.
I like the idea of like a Judi Dench kind of character, very like older Judi Dench, Kathy Bates kind of older female actress kind of thing, very regal features, but the tired, like I've seen everything in kind of outlook.
I'm imagining her as like a female Ian McKellen because she has magnetic powers. That's her thing.
Oh,
and, yeah. So yeah, the Kathy Bates Judi Dench thing works really well.
Melcor is looking at her with pointing. I think the first line is that's like, "You've survived so long. Are you really looking to get diabetes now?"
Ugh. Melcor, when you get to this far, everything's a gamble,
You have a point. Are you going to save Manny?
And I think she kind of like reaches around behind, I don't know, like the short shake and puts another pile of sugar. It's like I thought you wouldn't ask.
I'm not into that agave nectar. stuff that's going around now. It's all over my place. He opens and says, "Oh, it's not even in the raw, processed, deliciously processed sugar," and starts adding it to his coffee.
Yeah, I think she's just watching you. And would you probably notice that her cup is being stirred by this like metal spoon, and but she's not touching it. She's just kind of like she's watching you as the spoon is being turned, Harry Potter style, I guess. That one bit in Prisoner of Azkaban film. I'm getting to a ramble. Yeah, it's just strange. It's like, well, as much as I'd like to discuss the ongoing coffee brand wars in this city, I think we have more important things to talk about, especially given the last time I heard what Varga was up to lately.
Varga's doing well. Thank you for asking about me also. I'm getting mostly A's. Got a B in science, but school's really dropping the ball on that. Not my problem. Don't even know what a meter is.
Sometimes I do think you're too smart for this city.
It's because I don't get all my educational material from the books they give us.
That's good. Like curriculums is just what a specific group of people wants you to learn. I mean, you have multiple avenues to branch out. Might as well take them.
I mean, Kevin's got great sources. I mean, he's like a Wikipedia that's useful.
Yeah, I mean, what Wikipedia really needed was to, I guess, be filtered through actual human beings.
Depends on the humans. And he'll sip his coffee, and you can tell like there's probably like some kind of product placement. Like this is in the comic where you can like actually cut out a coupon for like prospect cups.
Yeah. Oh my God, does this exist in a Oh my God, you're blowing my mind, Parrot. Does this exist in this comic book? Oh shit! All right, no, I can't think about that right now.
That's my power to break the meta.
Someone did link me a playbook for masks that lets you play as Deadpool, and it's like just the meta is like I'm not going to touch that. That's no. Yeah, okay, all right. So back to what the hell are we talking about? Yeah, I think there's a bit more of that idle chatter, and then she's gonna toss you the question she always tosses you, which is, so how long are you gonna keep being a superhero then?
I've never started. You know me. I'm just an average, everyday school kid, barista, that kind of stuff. Varga's the one who does the heavy lifting.
So you're telling me then that throughout all this time, it's Varga calling the shots in the superhero business?
She has the powers. I mean, she shares a bit with me, but I don't know exactly how that works. We're separate, but we're not. It's like the Gemini, but not written about in a silly newspaper. She has her wants, her desires, and she works through me. She helps me out, and I help her out.
And throughout this time, you've ever been curious as to how that arrangement actually works?
I'm curious about how it works, but I'm more curious concerned with keeping her safe. She came to our world because hers got attacked. I mean, I'm pretty sure she wouldn't want to share a body with me, but our atmosphere isn't conducive to her in her normal form.
Well, I would always say with that sort of scenario, because Lord knows, you're not the only superhero who's found something out of this world and attained powers through some happenstance. But when it always happens, it's always good to just make sure where you know where you stand. And
I know you want me to train, to be better than I was. And the strength, the dexterity, that kind of stuff, it helps me. But I don't want to be separated from Varga right now. If she wants that later and it can happen, I'll do it. But I mean, why are you so concerned about me? Why aren't you concerned about her?
I'm concerned about you, Melcor, because you're the one who has a place in this world right now. You have a life, And I didn't say you two should be separated. I just want you to know where the two of you stand. I'm not I'm not advocating to like expel her or anything. It's just that knowing more about how this arrangement works can only benefit the two of you, I think.
So you want me to start therapy? It's this is there a therapist that specializes in this kind of couple counseling?
I could put in a word. I'm sure someone in. No, yeah, of course there is. I mean, you're not the first superhero with these sorts of problems. Believe me.
What do you want, though? I mean, you. I don't mean to be mean, but you don't even seem to like me that much every now and again, or more now than again.
Well, to be terribly blunt, Melcor, I'm here because it's my job and I was assigned to you.
But why haven't
I
you?
might not even have that job soon. Yeah. Offers came in. Used to be I was just an agent superhero liaison, but maybe in a week or two I might actually be in charge of the whole caboodle.
And if it's okay, I want to try and pierce the mask.
Go ahead.
Oh, and hopefully it'll trigger my new move. Or I can trigger. I got 5, 9, 10, 11. I got a 12 this time.
Jesus Christ.
That's what happens when your mundane's never been lowered.
It never has, yeah. Okay. Go ahead, ask your questions, including this is it. Oh wait.
She's not a villain, so I don't think I don't get an extra question. But but with a hero, I get an additional question I can ask.
Yeah.
I just have to pick it from the 3, and I will ask, what was Viviana's darkest moment?
Let's see. She used to be a superhero called Monopole, called magnetic powers, and she's had her darkest moment is, I think when you kind of mentioned like what do you get out of it, and she said like I'll be in charge of the whole caboodle. I think she also mentioned that I'll be in charge of like just not just making sure superheroes keep to the straight and narrow, and make sure younger heroes like yourselves know what you're doing, because and I think you probably she's not going to bring this up, but then you probably remember that she used to have a sidekick.
Ooh.
Yeah. I don't have a name for them at the moment, but she had a sidekick. Back when she was a superhero, and it didn't end well.
Yeah, poor Magnet Lad.
Yeah, yeah. That is his name now, Magnet Lad.
And I'll ask one more and hold the other one, see if I need it for the rest. The other one is, how can I gain influence over your character?
Okay, I mean, the most basic way is to just do as she says, not necessarily what she does. And I think part of what she's kind of like wanting you to do is that, look into more about where the hell next time when she meets, I think she wants to kind of like know that you made progress in figuring out more about Varga and how this works. And maybe like I think she even says that like that maybe you should try and get to a point where you can actually talk to Varga.
Oh, I can do that now.
Oh,
But if Varga's not, I don't break Varga's confidentiality. If you like, I can hopefully take a day and maybe come back with a small paper about how she feels. From my perspective, not just hers. Give you, my perspective, and then let you talk to her.
I think she nods and says, "Well, that would be lovely, actually. I do want to know, considering she's probably the closest being to you in more ways than one. I do want to hear her perspective on this." And yeah, okay, so take influence over Agent Sarah.
And I think I know what I want my bonus from the earlier mundane role to be. I want Viviana Sarah to be in my grandmother's like bridge mahjong game night group.
All right, fair. Okay. That's fair enough. So yeah, that would make things easier. The whole getting to know. And so I think she even drops it like, well, hopefully I do get this promotion, but that would mean less time hanging out with your grandmother. But the work beckons. I know you said like I should watch out for my health, but it's always more work to be done.
Yeah, you're one of the few people she'll speak English to. It's very nice.
I mean, she is this probably the one person who can consistently beat me. So I'd like to think that's a sign of respect, or just I don't know.
It's probably easier to gloat that way too, knowing her.
Yeah. Well, victories in one place, defeats in another.
Victory where it matters. You'll like offer like a cup bonk with her.
Yeah, I think she off the cup bonk. I'm trying to remember because I'm a bit tired. There was a detail I meant to drop. Oh yeah, I think as you kind of leave, she kind of says that she kind of mentions that like she's heard that you're taking up a kind of like not say internship, but like an interest in How division, from what she's heard in the grapevine.
Yeah, yeah, pretty much. Yeah, Howl seems cool. It even has a cool acronym.
Well, actually, they could be a good avenue for you to learn more about where Varga came from. I mean, it helps to have basically their backing. I mean, that's how I'm getting this promotion anyway. But they could be a way for you to know more. And I think at that.
Yeah, unlike me, Melcor has a game face, so yeah, I'm fine with that ending the same.
Yeah. All right. Okay. So, Kevin, you're off to meet your. She wasn't really your girlfriend. She was your groupie, really.
Yeah.
Okay, I think this is gonna be like at the same place. I think if you go to the juvenile detention facility to ask her where is Harmonia, it's like, oh, she's being kept at their what I'm calling like their timeout zone, the place where Serenade was kept. And when you kind of enter in, it's this like virtual reality, like forest and a bunch of benches. There are now a bunch of pillows, and it's just her again alone. And I think she's on her back on, just on a bench. And when you kind of come in, she raises a hand and just kind of looks at you.
This is nice.
I
Peaceful.
know.
Kind of boring.
This is much nicer than usually where I'm kept. Why do you think I'm always here? She still has like the mittens on her.
So, a mutual acquaintance said that you wanted to chat.
I've gotta say, you have some really cool acquaintances, you know? You got people like Freak. Do you remember him? How's he doing, by the way?
Freak's gone.
Oh. Huh. Well, that's a shame. So who's running like the newspaper club back at the academy then?
I honestly don't know.
Well, I'm gonna miss him. Wow. Well, other than that, I think that's actually like, oh yeah, that's actually put a downer. And she kind of swings her legs back and just kind of just sits on the bench. And it's like, so you and the Serenade then? You know, that was a bit of a shot in the dark. I didn't think that she'd actually get you to come.
Well, here I am. Harm.
I think she's looking at you in a way like, okay, what's the next step? I had the next step in my plan, but you're actually here, and she's a bit. So she's kind of just awkwardly says, like, so how you doing?
Yeah, same old, same old. Still
Busy saving
working
the
for
world.
Aegis.
Yeah, still working for Aegis. That's a bit concerning. I mean, I just thought like, from what I've heard about you, from what I've seen about you, you're someone who kind of it's better off doing their own thing, and here you are, just a suit, basically.
Who says I'm not doing my own thing?
Oh, you're doing that thing where the best way to change the system is to be part of the system, right? Like that's ever worked in any part of history. Is that what you're doing, radical Kevin Ryback? Thinking like, oh, I'm gonna go in and just change it from within. Is that what you're doing?
Mm. I think Kevin just looks kind of irritated at that. Well, there's a first time for everything.
That's a bit disappointing. Do you think working for Aegis means you'll have an easier time of finding her?
What was that?
Did you think working for Aegis means you'll have an easier time of finding her?
I don't need Aegis' help to find her. If I wanted to find her, I could.
Have you, though?
I have bigger problems to focus on right now.
Bigger problems than Eris? That's amazing. Wow. What problems could you possibly have that could be bigger than Eris?
Ah. Well, I would tell you, but I can't. It's classified.
Talking like a government spook.
So
Yeah.
I kind of, I want to see. I think we've been talking long enough. I want to try and pierce the mask.
Yeah, go ahead. You can tell. Yeah, there's something she wants to do, but she's kind of gauging you at the moment. It's like reverse piercing the mask. Go ahead.
Okay, so that's a 7.
Oh, got one question.
Okay. What are you really planning?
Okay, here's what's gonna happen. She kind of she's looking frustrated and whatnot, and then she kind of realizes what she needs to do, and so she's like, "All right, clearly we can't talk openly while walls, ears, whatnot. So I'm gonna do a thing," and she reaches something. She kind of like reaches something in her mouth and crunches something, and you can feel like this like EMP wave kind of like pop up, and suddenly the room kind of shuts down, kind of goes into lockdown, and she says like, "All right, so this is kind of like the third time I've done this. If I remember correctly, response time is like 5 minutes. 5 minutes. You're not gonna be blamed for anything.
I was
It's
going to do it
fine."
more subtle, like, you idiot.
Well, that's why you're. But why didn't you do it then? You were all like, you're standing there being awkward and whatnot. It was turning awkward. Okay.
Yeah, I know. Aegis is bad. Big whoop.
Yeah. Oh, come on. Is that all you have? Aegis is bad, big whoop. Why don't you actually want to do something about it then?
I'm going to infiltrate Hell Division and see what they're up to.
How Division? You're gonna do that? How Division? You're gonna need some help.
Oh, yeah? And how are you going to help me?
So, you know about the restitution of all things? Fun name, right?
Heard of them. Not impressed.
Well, yeah, they're not impressive, and they're really just me and all the bots I've made. There's still a lot of them out there. If you go to the ruins of the Prospect High School, you might just find some of them there. Maybe like a whole, I don't know, place to build them. A whole, let's see, if I remember correctly, there should be like maybe a veritable army, maybe 20 of them, and all the stuff I've got. Just saying.
And if
I can't. Oh, go on.
And if I find them, what then?
Well, they're all yours. Like I can do. I don't have big plans to escape at the moment. I'm kind of contemplating life, but so the restitutions out there, they're still kind of automated. They're just not doing anything, and they're better off in more
They're doing stuff.
subtle hands.
They're doing stuff.
I know. Well, I can't really stop them while I'm here, can't I? That's why I'm giving them to you. Maybe they're better off in more subtle hands.
And you got no plans to escape? You're just gonna contemplate life? Is that it?
Well, I don't have any plans now.
So what do you know about Hell Division? You seem to have some knowledge of them.
Well, I know that. I think because this wasn't part of the role, as soon as she says that, the lights kind of come back on, the tree's gonna come back on, and the door opens, and it's an entire SWAT team kind of comes in and kind of gets in your way as Harmony kind of raises his hands like, "You got me." And I think before she can even say anything, they kind of put like a clamp on her mouth as they kind of lead her away. But as she kind of passes you, she kind of gives you the stare. All levity goes away as she kind of stares at you. As they were like, "Do your fucking job."
See you later, Harm.
All right. Okay, and I think one last scene. I thought these be like short interstitial scenes, but I should have known what the people were playing with. So Serenade, I just want to I want to flash back to specific memory. I want to see what your training looked like.
My training. I think I had this mentor I mentioned, right? Shield Blossom, or what was the name?
Kazugeru Shiroto.
Right, her. I had this teacher trainer that one day defected from the Heavenly Dreaming Heavenly Choir. I never can remember that name.
Okay.
Dreaming Heaven Choir. Heaven Choir is the right word. Yes, and she defected one day, but before that, I think what she taught the Serenade of Thorns is not just the fighting stuff, because that is something the Serenade actually knows how to do. That's what the Serenade really can. That's what the Serenade is really good at. What she taught the Serenade of Thorns was mostly to listen to the song of the Serenade, not to fight the Serenade, because you can't. If you fight the Serenade, you're just going to get hurt. It's not possible. No one could ever fight the Serenade and kind of survive.
Yeah, I think. Yeah. So the way I'm going to frame this scene is that this is a moment. I think before your physical training. I think this is the point that probably when the Serenade, you are kind of being made to fight like other people at this point. But before that, I think Shield Blossom kind of gets you to sit down for a moment and just listen to the Serenade. Around this time, it's intermittent time. Maybe in the art, you look like 3 or 4 years younger. And think, yeah, Shield Blossom asks you, what does the Serenade sound?
Wind, storms, thunder, and lightning.
Does it sound harmonious to you?
Yes.
How?
It is not something I can say in words. It is harmonious. It is like the perfect movement at the perfect time.
I think she goes quiet. Just thinking about that. And then she nods and says, well, then that is the sound that must flow through you.
I am trying to let it, but
what's stopping you?
I don't know. My body, I can feel how it should move me, but I'm too weak, maybe.
I think when you say that, you feel a hand on your knee, and she's kind of leaned forward towards you now, and she probably went from standing to sitting in front of you, or she's kneeling because you're sitting down, and she says it's not weakness to stumble at the start. What we do here, what you're doing, it's not a sprint. It's a marathon. It's not about being there, getting to the end quickly. It's about getting there.
I am trying. I am growing. And as I grow, it gets easier.
Well, then we'll just have to keep cultivating you. Louis, my Serenade of Thorns.
Yes. Will I ever be good enough?
In my eyes, you've always been good enough. But my eyes is not what does my eyes doesn't matter, I guess, in the wider scheme of things. Because my eyes belong to the choir. And whether you're good enough, that is up to the choir. For now, you just need to keep trying.
I do.
I think, she gives you kind of this smile, pats you in the knee. It's like, all right, come, it's time. It's whether the wind flows through you or not, it is time to keep your body moving. And yeah, and I think she kind of takes you to spar. I think and the next we see is kind of like you sparring against like another student of the choir, and probably do well. Or do you want to roll to see if you do well?
Oh, I can roll to see if I do well.
Yeah, this is a flashback, but
doesn't matter. Let's have a flashback.
Yeah.
What do I roll? I roll probably. What is that?
you kind of
Unleash my power.
yeah, because this is less about engaging a threat and more about showing yourself off.
Yeah, this is just what I'm. Let's see how that goes in that scene. Oh, I've got a 7. I'm just taking the freak I've got now, so it's an 8. That's fine.
Okay, so I think how this works is that if you take a condition as you're kind of remembering this memory, you do very well in the sparring. If not, you're only gonna do fine.
I think I like the idea of only doing fine. That if that there is some hypercritical superior who's not Shield Blossom who looks at what I'm doing and is less than impressed.
Yeah, I think actually when you kind of come to spar, it's like another member of this choir who has their own student. This student with like raven black hair and this terrible smirk, who kind of it started off as an even fight, but she's just better than you, and like I think there once you kind of get beaten down, you did well. It's an even fight because you didn't fail. You probably could have had it if you pressed harder, and I think the memory ends with like the mentor of this other student kind of like having like some very arrogant, condescending words with Shield Blossom, kind of, and you can tell that the other teachers kind of like telling Shield Blossom that they're a terrible teacher for having brought up this student who's only like B plus instead of what the choir needs. Yeah, harsh.
They are not nice people.
No, they're not. No, they're not. Okay, so all right. I think what we'll do is because we've reached the hour. Let's take 10, and we'll now that we've got a bit of character development, let's jump into like some trying to save some people. Cool. So yeah, we'll take 10. Right. BRB. Oh my god, I thought you let that cat out. It's back and it's adorable and it's fluffy. Ugh.
This is a different cat. This is my baby. She is 17 this year.
Oh my god, what a dear.
She never lost her kidney sharp claws, and she does not know how to control them.
Oh dear.
She doesn't meow as much as whine, so she may do that.
Yeah, maybe. Okay, so slam back into the present day. Yeah. So two things. One, I think you when you kind of like enter the details that you're kind of working or taking work from Hollow Division, you probably got like a bunch of emails of y'all. And one of those emails is that, oh, Agent Sulit has been seconded into an operation and will be busy. Um, whatever that operation is, we'll find out next week. And yeah, and also I think it's also you probably all heard of like Mrs. Smith going missing, and a few details about the I think this is just like common knowledge to all Aegis staff because it's an Aegis staffer that's gone missing. Um and trying to think like how to frame this because I kind of want the three of you all together in a scene, just trying to figure this out and knowing who to call and like what to do. But I think one of the details that's kind of like at least privy to, at least to Kevin, because he's the one who is actually on the payroll, is that there are protocols for going underground when an attack is when attack is visited upon you, and there are like, you know, but also the big thing is that this case is under a specific jurisdiction, and you've already been warned, Kevin, about crossing jurisdictions. But I think the warning is to you specifically because, since Agent Sulit's gone, you're kind of like the most senior agent who's kind of in charge of Serenade, and they don't want you all to interfere, even though it's connected to them. So that's kind of like I want to get the three of you discussing what you want to do in your your arcade sanctuary, maybe. Ooh, it is an Agent Sunday who has jurisdiction over this. Are you about to ask who she is or who they are?
Yeah.
You heard the name. You heard the name last session. She was the other agent with Agent Hyde. Yeah, Agent Sunday. So yeah, let's put you all in back at the arcade base.
And we would know that Sulit would not be there, correct?
Yes, yeah. I think this was like directed to the three of you that Agent Sulit has been seconded to a mission involving Her Majesty's Pursuivants.
Yeah.
Pursuivants. Damn you!
I didn't even know the word, so yeah.
Yeah, exactly. Like what?
So yeah, Melcor is going to show up.
Ooh. Do the other two know?
Kevin knows. I don't think Serenade of Thorns does.
Oh shit. So like maybe it's Kevin and Serenade already there, having probably an awkward conversation. I don't know.
I do not know this person. I do not think I will have a conversation with.
Oh,
Kevin.
with Kevin, I mean with Loki, before Melcor shows up.
Oh, yeah, with Kevin, I will have a conversation with Kevin. I know Kevin, maybe a little about these arcades, or about the job we have to do.
So I think Kevin is. Whew, what would we talk about? Does Serenade know about the choir's involvement in?
It's a good question. Do they?
I think. I think how the three of you know is that maybe Jamie messaged y'all with like, shit, my landlady's been kidnapped, maybe, and she maybe sent y'all a picture of the mark that was left at her place. That's how you kind of know all the other details that wasn't shown in like in official records that was sent out to anyone who works for Aegis. So yeah, Serenade would know.
So how would Serenade react to that then? Is what I'm wondering.
I think Serenade is nervous. They don't say that they're nervous, but they move around a lot, like they can't stand still and want to do something. And I think they will try to find out what you think we should do, and they will ask you what agent. Okay, I presume is the right address.
If you want to call me agent, you could call me Agent Ryback, but really, you can just call me Kevin. Kevin's fine.
Very, very well, Kevin. What should we do about this?
I mean, you know the choir better than me. Do you have any idea what they might want the agent? What they might want them for?
They might want her for her voice or another way to integrate them into their choir. That is what they are looking for, to integrate people into their choir.
Okay. Well, normally I would say leave it to the team that's assigned to it, but I'm having my doubts about anyone involved with Hell Division at the moment, so I'm not sure what to do, to be honest.
I have to admit that I am nervous about facing the choir. I believe they might want me to come back, or at least they might want the Serenade implant to go back to them.
Well, that sounds shitty. Melcor says he comes in with 3 cups of coffee from Starbucks. He knows what Kevin likes. He's guessing on what Serenade likes.
Oh, hey, Melcor. Thanks.
Hey, Kevin. And it's like, I'll let you decide what this is. He got Serenade like one of those tea mixtures because he didn't think she would like coffee.
Thank you.
Kevin probably has some sort of super sugary, super caffeinated, kind of coffee, like double shot, triple shot mocha with caramel and all that sort of thing.
Yeah, it started off as breakfast blend. It's now like the breakfast death mocha.
Yeah.
And he looks at Serenade, and he gives a grin that's a bit familiar. And it's like, oh, right, we've not met like this, have we?
I do not believe so.
I'm Varga's alter ego.
You are very unlike Varga.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
That is very strange.
And the 7-foot something Amazonian space princess is more normal than I am?
Normal is relative in this city.
Yes, also, I had not known that Varga had an alter ego. I apologize for being confused about this.
No. To be very honest, very few people have had an alter ego like Varga and I do. And I'm kind of keeping this a secret from Sulit. He's been crisscrossing every Filipino woman in Prospect City trying to hunt down Varga's alter ego. It's kind of a game for me to see how long he waits till, I show up.
Oh, I do not understand this, but I will keep your secret.
Thanks. But you have discovered my secret identity for the first time. I believe that means I do mark potential, but it also means you might be able to you can shift my labels if you like, because you would have gained influence on me.
Oh, nice. Okay, so I think I will actually push your freak up because this is really strange to me. And I will push your, guess your mundane down. Sorry.
No problem. It's about time someone did that.
That is not something very normal. So
yeah, we were discussing whether we should try and help with the Missy Smith problem.
I mean, it sounds like what heroes do. It's a good idea, and I'm worried about that sigil that was left at the place. From what I saw, I assume the sigil was sent in the message, right?
so am I. It would mean that the Dreaming Heaven Choir has an interest in the city, and I'm worried.
And my handler's being offered a place in Howl Division. It seems like a lot of stuff is going towards them lately.
Yeah, that's why we need to get in and figure out what's going on there. Which is why I'm hesitating about this issue, because if we rock the boat right now, that could mess up our chances of getting in there and figuring out what's going on.
I've actually, me and Varga have been offered a spot, kind of, by my handler. I don't think they'd take that back, especially since they're very interested in what makes Varga tick.
Okay, that sounds like a yes from you then, Melcor. But really, the person I'm most concerned about is Serenade, because you don't seem like you're comfortable with the idea of going up against the choir.
I will have to eventually. It is not that I do not believe that they will leave me alone, because I have the Serenade implant, and it is very important to them. So maybe we might find out some things about what they are planning to do here.
All right. So, again, I'll ask you, because you know the most about them. where do you think we should start with these guys?
Leandro, do I have any idea where we would start with these guys?
I think actually what's going to happen is Loki, you're going to get a message, and it's like through like deep channels, or like just some sort of secretive deep back channels that you didn't even know that you had, which is strange. And it's I think it's like coded and whatnot, but you're able to parse that easily enough. I think your boy Genius can parse through like junk and code and whatnot. And I think what you get is like it's a coded message to you from a Mrs. Smith. And the message is that the message says that Freak spoke highly of you. I've gone underground. Trust choir incoming, and then like an address, and then delete this message.
Okay, I memorized the address and then delete. All right. Looks like we have a lead.
Oh, it looks like I have an audience for this time. And, he'll punch down at the ground. The geode forms around him. He breaks out of it. Doesn't scream Varga rocks this time, but like there's the glittery stones and everything that disappear as Varga appears.
That is amazing.
Kevin's just like tapping at his wrist computer to scanning this as it happens. Trying to figure out how it works.
And I think Kevin will find out that the stone inside Melcor is like what makes the illusion of the geode around him. It's how she forms out. And thank you, Serenade. It's good to be out again. And she like touches the ceiling as she stretches.
Okay, so unless there's anything more you want to say to Varga rocks. All right. Oh, I'm sorry, I'm inputting images into the NPC tab. Okay, cool. So you got an address. Are you going straight there, or is there anything more you want to do before?
Do we have a plan?
Not really. This is on the fly sort of thing. We don't really have time to make a plan as such, but
well, do we do reconnaissance or do we just go?
We'll surveil the site before we charge in.
Okay.
Is it okay if I set up a few surprises for them if we need that?
Sure.
Yeah, so that's just me setting up my trap move if that happens. So
yeah. Okay. All right. So if you go to the address, which probably soon after this, and everyone's kind of suited up, I assume. Okay? So we got Varga looking super heroic. What's Loki's super heroic suit? We've seen it before, but I wanted on the record for this series.
At the moment, it's a very sort of basic, sort of almost spacesuit-like setup. It's like if you've seen my picture, that I use for the Google, it's sort of like the Voltron suit, the Voltron Paladin suit. It's a kind of armored sort of full body suit that just materializes over him with boosters built into the back and stuff.
Nice. Yeah, well, and the Serenade, do they have a superhero costume?
Yeah, they have the superhero costume that was issued by Aegis. So it's probably pretty basic black kind of cat suit thingy thing.
Nice. Okay, so this address is up in the ritzier side of Prospect City, called Prospect Heights. Oh yeah, I like that. Everything starts with Prospect X in this city because there's no imagination. Although there is that general store that has a big hat called the General's General Store. I think that's actually quite close there. But yeah, no, this is like it's like a detached like townhouse on a hill. It's not a gated area because the city's not rich and well, I think it's closer gated area. It's like kind of hilly. It's like parts that it looks like they're in suburbs basically. As you're going up there, someday I'll make a map of Prospect City. That'll be cool. And the townhouse that you're looking at, well, actually, it's more of like a small mansion, really. It's like a two-story sort of like brick and mortar. It looks like it's just kind of being refurbished. It's in the middle of being refurbished, with like adding like some marble pillars or something. There's like a bunch of construction work just lying around, and I think, yeah, I think the place is still. I think when you kind of drive up to the street around this mansion, it's weirdly still.
I would like to use the implant to scan it.
Okay, so this is could be like assess the situation or unleash your powers, because unleashing your powers is extending your senses is part of unleashing your powers.
I think it's more like assess the situations, if there are any harmonics that I would associate with the choir or something in the vicinity.
Okay, cool. Roll plus superior.
Yay. It's not something oh well. I rolled a 10.
Jesus.
What's my yeah, let's go look for my superior first. Oh, I've got one superior, so it's an 11.
Okay.
Nice.
Oh, two questions.
Cool. I want to know what here is the biggest threat, obviously.
So you reach out using the Serenade. You reach out with the sound of the cacophonic sound of wind and storms, I guess. And you feel like a couple of like tiny like little resonances, and they're kind of like scattered around the place. It's like some folks are like just hiding in plain sight, but in a way that you can't really see. I think there's at least you can feel like at least 5 different resonances around the place, but inside the mansion, your Serenade starts to harmonize really hard. It's almost like you're connecting to another part of the hymn almost, and you through this conduit you feel this like surge of triumph, like I found you, that sort of feeling, and you kind of know whoever is resonating with you, they're bad news, and they're inside the house. Okay, one more question. You don't have, you're muted.
Yeah, I'm just talking to myself anyway. So I would like to know how we can best end this quickly.
I mean, the best way to end this quickly is to get in and find Mrs. Smith and get out. Like, you don't have to engage these folks.
Okay, then I will turn to the other two and say, they have something in there that is bad news, that is very big. It is not. It is part of their hymn. It is hard to explain. In my opinion, we might aim to avoid it. Just get in and get Mrs. Smith out and then ask her what she has seen.
Any idea where she is in there? Did you?
I can tell you that there are guards, about 5 of them, gathered around the house, but I do not know Mrs. Smith. I have no idea where she is.
So we should. Do you think we should go in like different angles to try and find her the best, or stick together?
I would believe that there is strength in numbers because they have something that is very, very bad news. And I do not think that any one of us would be able to overcome it by themselves.
I think it's probably a bad idea to split up in this situation, especially if I'm understanding you correctly, they've got another another like you in there.
There's only one Serenade, but they have other weapons.
Well, this won't emotionally hurt you, will it, Serenade?
Serenade looks at you like, what kind of question is that? Huh? I do not think so.
Well, if anything happens while we're in there that affects you mentally, you can always come to me or Melcor. But we should get Mrs. Smith out.
That sounds like a comfort and support. Offering him a shoulder to lean on. Now, I'm not just asking because you might fail, and you have a mundane of 2. You should be fine.
I got a 10.
There you go. See, now you can add a team to the poor care condition. So
I don't have a condition, so I add a team to the pool, and
I just refreshed the team back down to 1, so it's good to have more. But yeah, Serenade. You can either shift your labels or mark potential. You don't have conditions right now. So. You're muted again? Or unless you're just talking to yourself, sorry.
No, I was talking actually to you. I think I will shift labels. I think I will shift my danger up because, hey, we're going into danger, and I will shift my, I think I will shift my mundane down because I really don't feel like a normal person at that point, but it's not that bad. And I need to protect Varga because I like her.
Okay, so what's the plan then? Are you all just gonna walk up to the house, or like a proper superhero team, just walk up there?
I think it's just a normal house, yeah.
Yeah, normal house, kind of in construction. It's a bit set away from everyone else. It's I'm imagining it's like the house is on top of like a small like green embankment, like a small hill, and there's like sorts of steps having to come up to the front of the house. It's yeah, it looks like it's made of bricks, but it's in the middle of construction at the moment. So there's lots of construction supplies around. There's some scaffolding. It's 2 stories. It looks like a normal house.
I might be able to deceive them by telling them that I am on their side and have not yet gone over to Aegis because I've got a move for that.
Ooh. Do you say that to everyone, to the other two?
Yeah, sure, I say that because it's an option and I've got to move for it. I don't say that I've got to move for it because I don't know that, but
I trust you.
Yeah, I trust you too, but I'm not sure. That could go very wrong for you.
That's why we're here.
I trust you to help me if this goes very wrong for me. Do you have we have communication devices. I hold up my cell phone.
Yeah.
I might be able to give you a signal if this goes very wrong for me.
And I think Varga will check Serenade's communication device, but again, I'm setting this up just narratively in case I need to make a trap and this goes very bad.
Okay. Okay, so when you make the trap, you have to roll for that.
Yep, I'm gonna roll Savior, which is also at a 2. Please work. Well, I got potential. Oh no, I can. No, wait. If someone spins team, it'll be a success.
Do we have?
What?
We don't have a team pool yet, do we?
You have 2 teams because you always start with 1 when you want to start a session or when time has passed.
And
so
you
added you add another one, so you got 2. So yeah, anyone spends 1. What does the trap look like? Actually,
Varga absorbs energy, and she's basically using her alien technology to be able to transfer a blast of energy from this communicator, if need be.
Okay. Everyone wants to spend a team, so they'll be fine.
I would spend a team. I think I have the implant can perceive energies, right? And I think I can help her to harmonize this, her energy with the communication device's energy.
Sweet.
Cool. All right, so you're back down to 1 team. Okay, so it sounds like you got a plan. So tell me, Serenade, what does this look like when you pretend like you've reverted back to your programming?
I think what this looks like is that I walk up to the house. I will walk a bit stiffly, and then I will just knock and see what's happening.
Okay, I need you to roll.
Yes.
Opus freak.
Yes. I've got an 8.
Okay. On a 7 to 9, choose 1.
I think what I want to do is I want to create an opportunity.
Okay, I think when you knock on the door swings open by itself, and you walk in, and it's a bare living room. So it's silent. It's quite silent when you walk in the living room, and you can't see anything. It's quite dark. For some reason, I'm imagining this happening at night, actually as well.
Okay.
This mission, sorry. And like, so you can, when you walk in, just for a second, like, it feels like there's no one there with you, and then a voice to kind of your left kind of calls out and saying, like, has the Serenade of Thorns really come back to us?
I am here, am I not?
But the big question is, why did you go?
I had an interference from the human interface.
Troubling, those human interfaces, aren't they? If
it is necessary.
Well, It's necessary, but that depends on the interface. And I think, and we, well, the choir thinks that perhaps the Serenade, it's time for the Serenade implant to move on to a better interface.
Do you
And
have the time to grow a new interface?
well, this is happening outside. You know, when I mentioned it looks like a normal house, you don't see people. I think to Varga and to Loki, you see like the 5 people kind of emerge from their hiding spots, and it's like they stepped out of thin air. These folks in like what looks like black greaves and black slacks. They look like what if a SWAT team decided to be ninjas, because they look like they have like ninja armor, but they have like these like cold like plastic like masks that kind of cover up their faces, and they kind of they emerge kind of out of thin air as they surround the house. So that's the opportunity, is that you can that the two that the lay of the land is out there, and you can see where the enemies out in full force. Back inside, I think the voice kind of laughs. If you're you're truly loyal to the choir, that shouldn't matter. We have all the patience in the world, because what we're working for is worth it in the end. Surely your human interfaces meaningless life. Surely that's more, well, surely harmony is worth more than her.
Harmony has been achieved with this interface. I would not be here if it had not.
If you had achieved harmony, you wouldn't have gone. You wouldn't. Glitches like that can't be allowed. You hear like boots kind of swing as this person steps forward, because in the darkness they've been sitting in an armchair, and you just kind of notice. They just stand up, but they're still kind of in the dark, and say like, if you truly believe in the hymn of the rapture, it be in your best interest to be in an interface that wouldn't be defective.
I am not defective.
No, you're not defective. You're obsolete.
Do you believe that? That the Serenade is obsolete to your cause?
I wasn't talking to the Serenade. I was talking to you.
I am the Serenade.
For now.
And ever.
Oh, the things we've accomplished while you were gone. And she kind of like, and this person kind of steps forward, and they, I think you probably recognize the dark raven hair, but they're much taller now. They're the same age as you, basically. They've got this like long coat, and underneath it's like, it's kind of the same as the ninja outfits on the side, but it's like, what if this is Final Fantasy's interpretation of ninja? No, what if this is Kingdom Hearts interpretation of a ninja? So there's like belts that probably shouldn't be around. She's got belts on her arms. I think she's kind of like a armor, like it looks like made of belts. It looks like leather and whatnot. She has this like cloth covering her mouth, and you can see her, but the thing what you notice is her eyes. Her eyes are like gray. They're slate gray, and she's looking at you with just this disgust. And when she kind of merges the shadows, she kind of moves her arm out, and suddenly from out of her sleeve pops out a blade, a dagger, pointed at your neck, and says that, now, this self-preservation streak of this, is that truly what's right for the choir, or what's right for you?
Your costume is very individualistic. Do you need quite so many bells for the hymn?
See, that's
And-
what you learn. Oh, go on. What are we going to do?
Oh, wait, and then I'll just... She has these bells on her arms, right? So
Yeah.
I'll just grab one of them and just draw the arm away from my neck with a dagger. It is superfluous, unnecessary.
See, that's what we learned when you left us, Serenade, is that why bother beating down a child and programming them and just wrenching down everything that they are when you can find people who really believe in what we do, who don't need to be broken down like you were. See, that's
Because the Serenade would not integrate with them. It requires the breaking.
You've been gone for so long.
You have always been jealous of the Serenade.
I think yeah, she laughs at that. And
I want to pierce her mask.
okay, all right, go ahead.
I'm rolling that with mundane. Oh no.
Yeah,
Yeah, well, I've got an 8.
you got an 8. All right.
Yeah,
Go ahead,
I've
ask the
got an
question.
8.
Go ahead, ask it.
I ask I can always ask, what are you afraid of? So I'm asking that.
Oh, well, she's afraid that you're right. And I think you could see it when like a bit of her eye twitches. You can't see her mouth. And she takes a dagger away. She kind of turns her back and it's like, well, well, I tried appealing to your human nature, I guess. But given how you were broken down, we still have a few ways to tweak what you are. Don't tell me, Serenade. Where's Kazugero Shiroto?
I do not know.
Bullshit.
She escaped.
And she escaped and left you behind?
Yes.
You, her prized student, the one who saved her? Don't lie to me, Serenade. Don't be so human to think you can get away with this.
We talked. And I believe she felt guilt for what she had done to the child. And when I told her that I accepted what I am, she fled.
She turns to you and you can see like she's looking at you like, fuck off, I'm not believing that. And I think outside you can see the not you, but the other two can see that they're still at the house and they're kind of like they can see they're pulling weapons out. The other two, as this girl kind of like looks to you, Serenade, it's like, well then if you truly are committed to the choir, then you'll come back to us then, and we'll peel apart your brain and see whether you truly are
So,
committed to the hymn.
so while this was going on, Kevin was gonna try and sneak in with a sort of, optical camouflage on his suit.
Is it going to be you and Varga, or is Varga going to stick around to try and save Serenade?
Oh, Varga was going to take on the guards outside. Kevin can go. She wants Kevin to go inside and do his thing, but yeah, she
Okay.
kind of feels like Serenade doesn't need protection, but some backup's nice.
Okay. All right. So let's do Kevin sneaking in. And then when Varga comes in, we're gonna go to the engaging a powerful threat bit. So I'm assuming you're using a gadget for this,
Yeah,
Loki?
I'm using a gadget, so I'm rolling plus superior for this.
Okay.
Okay. Oi. That's a 6.
So what did this optical okay, mark of potential, and let's
And a
see.
tame, can't I?
Well, oh, 6? I said 6. Oh, I thought I saw 4. Okay, yeah, you can spend a team, sure. That'll bring you down to 0 team.
Yes, but then we're going to start engaging,
Okay, true.
but
Fair enough.
I mean, the one thing Varga does well is be extra, and Kevin needs a distraction. So I think as maybe we see Kevin's little thing like glitch out a bit as he's trying to work on it, and like someone's about to turn their head, and of course the battle cry goes on, Varga, jumping from her hiding place, spinning, lands with her fist out, rocks. Come on, boys, let's dance.
Nice. Okay. All right. So on a 7 to 9, Loki, I can tell you how the effect is unstable temporary or a market condition.
I'll let you tell me how it's unstable or temporary.
You will make it as far as at least past the living room.
Okay.
At which point, like you might. Oh, I don't know what's gonna happen in the living room when your camouflage dematerializes, because of countermeasures. I think so. Serenade should hopefully save your ass and let you get on with finding Mrs. Smith when you get to the living room. But before we kind of get into that, let's take our second break. 6 minutes. Back at half hour.
Yep.
Oh, BRB. All right. So let's go to the team mechanics before we get into this fight. Let's go to where we are. Welcome back, everyone. Fingers crossed. When you enter battle against a dangerous foe as a team, add 2 to the team pool. So I'll just do that. We are now down to. Wait, spent the team. Yeah, spent the team. So, okay, back to 2. Who's the leader?
I think this time it's Serenade.
What?
Yeah, you kind of laid out the plan. You yeah. Sorry, I think it is.
Yeah, I think so too. Yeah. I think Serenade hasn't really grokked onto this.
Do you have influence over every teammate? Somehow you do.
Yes, I do. I have lots of influence.
Yeah, this is what happens when everyone gets closer to the team. Everyone just has influence each other, you know? It's nice and healthy, and like Prospect Academy. Damn you. Does everyone have the same purpose in the fight?
We want to rescue Mrs. Smith. That would be my purpose.
Okay. You're not letting your family bullshit get in the way of that.
No, I have been taught to be on point, on mission, to concentrate on what's what.
You can just hear the ghost of Agent Sudet going, "Atta girl." I say ghost as if he's dead, but he's not.
His ghost is probably his car. It just has his voice in it because he's.
Okay, so that's another one team. If any team member mistrusts the leader or the team, remove a team.
I do not distrust Serenade or the team.
Neither do I. I mean, I might mistrust myself a bit, but not in this.
Yeah. No, you seem quite sure of who you are and what you're doing.
No.
No? Okay, we'll get to that. We'll get to when we get to this fight. Okay, so is your team ill-prepared or off-balance? You had a plan. It's executed quite well. Yeah. Her name is good. It's either that or who she's talking to just really likes to hear her voice. Or that might just be me. I like to hear that might just be me liking to hear my voice. I don't know.
I don't know.
I don't want to explore that right now. Okay. All right. So I think it is a proper Leandro villain syndrome. It is. Kind of is. Okay. All right. Okay. So let's start with Varga Rocks. So Varga Rocks leaps and so okay. Remind me again. You leapt, and what were you going to do?
I've gathered all the attention for like that these guards have, giving Kevin Serenade chances. Like, you get in the house. If Serenade looks like she needs backup, you back her up. If she doesn't, get Agent Smith out. But I'm going to take on these 5 guards basically.
Okay. So I think they're arranged you in like a triangle point with a point towards you. So there's one kind of in front of you, and they kind of pull out. They're gonna just attack you with their fists. Apparently, they prepared in a stance. But the 2 next to them gonna pull out these chains, and they're gonna try to wrap those chains around your arms. I think they're gonna toss them straight at you at the same time as the lead in front, kind of like. Actually, no, he does pull out like 2 knives. Actually, he's not gonna fight you. You're 7 foot tall. He's not gonna fight you with just his fists.
I can't absorb knife blows, but I can try to avoid them. And so I think Varga will if I may, I will directly engage them, and I think I'll describe how it goes depending on how well I roll.
All right, roll plus danger.
Oh yeah, 0.
Wait, what? No.
Yeah, my danger's a 0, but I got a 9.
I thought you rolled a 0. I was like, wait, is that what? Okay. No.
Ooh. But should I use Team Selfishly?
Being selfish, no.
Oh, or wait, does the opportunity give me a +1
Ooh.
since Serenade Serenade like did roll superior to assess the situation and everything?
Yes, I'd say yes. I'll give you that +1. Sure, why not?
I will resist or avoid their blows, and either, and I think I will. I'm going to take all their weapons from them. So, like, what happens is that they sling the chains out. Varga jumps up and, with the impossible mobility, he's just like running across the chains. Runs past the guy. Bumps him, like, bumps his arms up so the knives fly up, throws the knives away, gets to the guys with the chains, lands, takes the chains out of their hands and throws it down on the ground. And or the guys behind them have knives too, or other weapons, or
They've got guns.
yeah, I think she like lands, takes the chains, and just slings the chains around the guns and pulls them back. But now she's standing like in the middle of the V, so they're all surrounding her.
Yeah, exactly. So you've got the weapons, and you can't tell if they're scared or not because they've got those like black opaque plastic masks. So when you kind of get their weapons, and I don't know, fire off a cheesy one-liner of some sort, probably. Probably. Sorry.
Yeah,
That's
just
pressure.
no. It's I think she'll take a stand, just like a very flamboyant stance. You can't beat the 5 elements, boys. And just start doing the hand performance instead of a martial art thing. She's voguing.
Okay, all right. So I think what's gonna happen is, let me look at the condition moves here. Is there's 2 on either side of you, and there's the one that was looking. Yeah, I think they've kind of gotten back up and they're surrounding you now. There's 2 on either side of you, and the one in front of you just kind of like stands still and then raises a fist and kind of points at you, and suddenly you can hear this like ear splitting shockwave, making it like suddenly trying to hit you, and then we'll cut back from you and see how you react to that. To back inside, I think when you hear Varga rocks, and yeah, the melee starts. This woman looks at you, Sarah. This girl, it's the same age. Looks at you, Serenade, and says, "When did the choir teach us about friendship again?"
That it is worthless.
Exactly. And yeah, she's exactly. Then I think appears in her hands like 2 daggers. Kind of points one at you.
I have not come here to give myself up to the likes of you. Spider Silk Cord, you are nothing but noise. And then I'll attack her.
Yeah. I think she kind of cricks her, and it's like, "I'm not a cacophony. I am an aria." And then yeah, we get into this fight. You're gonna directly engage, I guess.
Oh, sure. And I engage with danger, which I actually have. Let's see. Oh, I've got 5 rolled. That's an 8.
All right, choose one.
I think I want to frighten her. Yes, I want to frighten her. That seems fair. Yeah, because I'm a Serenade of Thorns and she's not.
And I don't mean to
nothing.
power game, but can this trigger the trap I'd laid and give her another choice for like the opportunity?
Yeah. Yeah, I'll give you that. I'm being terribly nice today, apparently.
Okay.
So you get
So
another choice.
I get another choice. Lovely. What could I take from her? I want to take something from her. Her confidence, yes. That's seems. I want to frighten her. I would take her confidence.
Okay, so let me just mark that. Yeah, I think. So describe, how does Serenade fight again? Do you have any weapons or anything? Or
No, it's not necessary.
oh,
The serenade it's just like a dance. Like they take the other person's, like a mixture of karate and judo, and knowing where exactly the points in a body are that you need to press to make that body hurt and collapse and stuff like that.
what do you think the belts were for?
I don't know. I'll take one of the belts. I
No,
guess.
yeah. I think you are kind of going for that, and I think the what she's kind of wearing is resisting that, but it's not like she's doing any better against you. In fact, the fact that you can hit those points is kind of like, yeah, getting on her nerves, and she's attacking you with like a frenzy, as well, with kind of those blades, and it does look like a dance. I think, yeah. I think there's enough like commotion here in the living room that, yeah, or just across the house, that, yeah, you, Kevin, even Loki, even though your camouflage is broken down. Um, yeah, this woman who, yeah, yeah, well, her name's Aria. I think she just said that right there. Um, yeah, and she's kind of occupied by Serenade. Yeah, exactly, Aria of Blades. Because actually, what's happening is that she is also throwing those knives, and she keeps getting more. Don't know where they keep coming from. Yeah, and hold on, I triggered a condition here, and yeah, I think. Well, I'll get to her response, like, as this fight keeps going. Let's go to you, Loki. So you get past the living room, and you see that in the kitchen area, there's like just a staircase leading downwards into the underground, and you kind of see like harsh fluorescent light coming from it, which is weird because then this staircase has been here all this time, and the choir never went down there. Wonder why. What do you do?
I'm going to I'm gonna send a drone down to check out that area downstairs.
Okay. Is this another gadget?
Yep.
Yeah. Okay. So what was freak?
So 7, 8, 9.
9. Okay. So throw my condition and tell me how it's unstable or temporary.
I will mark condition.
Okay. So
which it'll probably depend on what I actually see down there.
okay. So you send it down the staircase, and you turn, and when it goes down, you see that it's this harsh, bright corridor. It's just lit with fluorescent light. It's like a thin corridor, kind of like just leading towards like what looks like just a steel door on the other side of the corridor. It looks like, well, it looks like a panic room is what it is. And you'll kind of like, as the drone kind of goes down the corridor, you actually see that there are like other corridors leading into it. There are openings as they kind of go down, and there's one that, like, when if you turn to, like, let's say this is the second left opening, it's near the steel door. You turn and you see that someone's walking down that corridor, and I think the drone kind of backs away, but you got a glimpse of it. It's Agent Sunday. How are you feeling?
Let's say insecure.
Okay, cool. So what do you do? Are you gonna go down there, or what do you? Oh yeah, what do you do?
Uh, I think I'm going. I'm going to go down there.
All right. So let's cut back from you to Varga. So Varga, the mook at the front has prepared a sonic beam, and it's kind of like you can hear, like, you know how you kind of tuned in with the tuning knife a bit.
Mm-hmm.
I think it's kind of like that, but the opposite in that it feels like it feels discordant. It's it sounds like a device that was built to like disrupt whatever harmonic thing you have between you and Varga. It sounds rough. Unless you do anything, if you're gonna be under like this sonic wave for any longer, you will have to take a powerful blow. But what do you do?
Ooh. I think I want to try and absorb it. Make it harmonious. Serenades taught me how to dance in a completely new way.
Nice. Unleash your powers then.
Oh, this will go terribly.
You never know.
I got a 7.
Oh, there you go. So, yeah. Tell me how.
This
Is this a
is gonna
temporary marking?
temporary. I think what she does, like, I think what they do, like, it gets like louder and but she just begins dancing, and it's getting more annoying as she's not showing the proper signs of like splitting or going or switching back to Melcor. And, like, they fire a concentrated blast of it at her, and she just spins. Like, just a very but at first they think they've hit her, and like it's, she's spinning because she's dizzy, and then they realize like she's like a ballerina. She's spinning on purpose, then she lands on the ground, and just expels the energy on the ground with the death drop.
Nice. I think because this is 7 to 9, that could have taken out the entire squad. But I think what's going to happen is it's just going to take out like the two nearest you. They're going to be flung back, and one of them's going to smash against like, I don't know, a pile of gravel. They're going to be knocked out. The other one clangs to some tools, but the other three kind of like manage to just jump back, like ready. And yeah, they shut off the sonic device because it's not going to work on you.
I'll kip up, and I have time for another one-liner, don't I?
Yeah.
You've trained the Serenade of Thorns, and you dance like you have 2 left feet. 6 left feet? Come at me. She'll do that annoying little...
Yeah, come on and have a go if you think you're hard enough. Oh, Jesus. All right, let's keep this moving. Keep this punchy. So back in the living room, you're having a fight with the Aria of Blades, and she's the thing is, even though you're far more graceful than she is, but it doesn't mean she isn't effective. She's vicious. She's feral at this point. She's got those blades, and I don't know where she keeps getting them. But like, I think as you're fighting, she's just kind of like spitting out barbs at you, like when I bring you back to the choir, it'll just be your pretty pathetic corpse, something like that.
I will ignore that because her voice is shaking when she says that.
Yeah.
There is no confidence behind it.
Yeah.
And I will tell her, though, if you go back to our masters, a broken thing, then you just hope that they will put you together. Maybe one day you'll be as good as me.
I'm not broken.
But probably not.
Oh, are you provoking her into?
Of course, I'm totally provoking her.
Yeah.
I rolled superior. I've got a superior of 1. Should use danger, but hey, right now I'm feeling like I am. Oh wow, I've got a 10.
Jesus. So what did you
Yeah.
want her to do?
I think I want her to overreact.
Okay. So do you want to see what
I want to
happens?
have influence on her.
Yeah, well, you can totally take the influence. I think she can't help it. Your words affect her.
Mhm.
All right, you want to see how she overreacts? She's she's gonna drop the daggers. And she says like, "I'm not broken. I'm 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 perfect." And she's gonna reach into her sleeve and pull out a long sword. Just
And I'm looking at her and I say, it's not the size of the instrument that makes the noise, that makes the note.
no, but I'll carve you up just as well. And I guess the melee continues.
Yeah, like the same. It's actually the same gesture, but more like, when you offer somebody a hand to have at a dance.
Mhm. Yeah, except she tries to cut your arm off. I think.
Don't think she will.
Yeah, no, I think she will. But what you'll see, and you'll see this as well, Varga, is that her swipes are so ridiculous now that she's actually tearing apart bits of the house. You can actually, in Varga, you can actually hear the house kind of being torn apart as Arya Blades just like tries her damnedest to kill Serenade. Um, but let's cut to Loki before we get to that. So Loki, you're going down this corridor, and it's bright and fluorescent. And I think, do you have a plan for when you get to that corridor where you saw Agent Sunday coming down, or are you just gonna walk up there?
I'm not going to walk all the way up there. I'm going to duck into one of the side corridors and sort of stay out of sight and observe what Agent Agent Sunday is doing.
Okay. I feel like to see how well you do this, has to be some sort of move. Let's see. I think there's another assess of some sort. Um, Just so you get questions, and I can know like how well you do it. Yeah, at hiding. What you get?
That's 5 total.
Wow. Okay. Big potential. And I think what's gonna happen is you duck into this corridor, and when you duck your head back, you just see Agent Sunday pointing a gun at you. But then when she sees you, her eyes kind of like bug out. And imagine Agent Sunday's basically Felicity Jones in a suit. I put a picture of her in the NPC tab, which is growing. This a lot of NPCs. And yeah, she puts it. Yeah, when you duck in, yeah, there's a gun in your face, but then her eyes kind of like, and she puts a gun back. It's like, Agent Ryback, what are you doing here?
Following a lead.
I think she kind of looks back and looks at you, and it's like, you know, this isn't your jurisdiction, right?
Well, I had to. I got a lead. I had to follow up quickly, or the trail would go cold. So,
did you tell anyone back at HQ about this lead you're following, or are you just running amok like some sort of cowboy, Agent Ryback?
yeehaw!
I think she sighs, puts her gun down. It's like, Agent Hyde vouched for your capabilities, but it doesn't seem like you have the right temperament for this job, Agent Ryback. I suggest that you walk away from this and reprioritize what you're doing and whether you follow protocol or not. She's trying to shift your labels. She's trying to bump up your mundane and bring down your superior.
I'm going to reject that.
Good luck.
$10.
Unfortunately, you have insecure, and that's a -2 to rejecting, so that's actually an 8. It's an 8, yeah. Okay, so out of the 8, you can choose one. You can clear a condition or mark potential by immediately acting to prove them wrong. Shift one label up and one label down, your choice, or cancel the influence take +1 forward against them.
I'll clear. I'll mark potential, and I'm just gonna.
What do you do?
I'm gonna walk past her and say, "Well, I'm here now, and you don't seem to have any backup, so I think you could use the help." And I'm just gonna walk on and start investigating the corridor without her permission at all.
All right, well, I think about how to respond to that. Let's cut back to Varga. So
I can see what's going on in the house with Serenade and Arya.
yes.
Oh, I know what I want to do. I want to defend Serenade from the huge blade by making these people learn how to dance with their boss. And by that, I mean I want to throw one of these guys bodily through a window to knock Arya of Blades down. By
All right. Okay, go. Well, if there's 2 knocked out, you can totally use them.
You just lift them both up, spin. Like, I'm going to spin these bodies around. You can come at me if you want to.
Yeah, and they do that proper like, oh, what do we do? What do we do? You can just surround her, I guess.
I got
thing
a
that.
12.
Oh, for fuck's. Oh wow.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. Wait, I'm not the wrong thing. Yeah. On a hit, you keep them safe and choose one.
Let me check that. I will. I'll add a team to the pool.
You know, for 3 people who are separate from each other, you're doing quite well. You've not spent a
great leader.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, I think like if I think Serenade is doing well dodging the blade, like it's about to cut through the house, and then this guy comes crashing through the window and slams into Arya of Blades, knocking her down.
Yeah, no, I totally knocks her down. I think it knocks her back to the armchair that she was sitting on, waiting to ambush Serenade. Just brings her back down, and Serenade, you've got a moment as she's kind of pushing these 2 off. I think at this point, the front of the house has been sheared, so you can see Varga.
Nice. I think what I want to do now is to take her stupid huge blade away from her, because she's clearly overwhelmed with the instrument at large. That's
all right.
Like no.
I think there's another directly engage.
Yes,
I'll give you a +1 because she's knocked down by this defense.
Nice. Oh, I've got a 7. I've got an 11.
For fuck's sake!
I am good at something, and I'm taking something from them. And at that point, it is this huge blade thing. I will just go over to her, take it from her. It looks like I'm really mostly just walking over, taking the blade with a subtle motion, and then I will look at it and look at her and say, maybe you should come back when you've learned to dance. These guys, they seem to be pretty nice dance partners.
Is that okay? You can choose 2 things. So you take away her blade, And what's the other one?
Oh, I can choose 2 things.
Mm,
I
an
think
11.
with an 11, I can. Um, hmm, what would it take to make her just leave? What would I have to do there, or do I just say, okay, I will just
It depends on what you pick.
I want to impress her, and I want to impress on her that this is right now the perfect moment to go.
Oh yeah, you're rolling against her. You should have gotten a +1. So technically, that was actually a 15. Fuck's
No,
sake.
no, I rolled a 7.
Oh, 7,
I rolled
8,
a 7.
9,
Plus
plus
one,
3,
plus
Plus
one.
plus
3
1.
plus 1. I had
Another
an
one.
11. I had an 11.
But no,
7,
with
8,
your
10,
assess, that would have been
12.
12. Yeah.
Yeah, that would have been 12 because you had the influence over her. So you
Oh
got
yeah,
another
right.
+1. So I shouldn't have given. Ah, Jesus. I think she's looking at you. You got her blade, and she kind of usually takes off her scarf thing, and says, "Oh, you think I can just go back? You think after this, I can just go back to them? No, I'm dead. I'm done."
Arya, tell them that you face the Serenade of Thorns. There is none that can withstand me. They created me like that. They
You know
will
what?
understand if you want to go back.
Well, do you know what else they put in you? Thirsty Scarlet Helen.
Oh, damn. Oh, shit.
Before we get to that, what happens there? And I mentioned the front of the place is sheared, so you can see Varga. Let's go back to you, Loki. You drag queen, you. Fuck off. Fuck off, ferret. Okay. All right. So when you walk by, Loki, you can hear Agent Sunday sigh, and so it's like, Agent Ryback, do you even know where we are?
What can I tell about this area? Like,
It's a very featureless corridor, quite bright fluorescent lights, quite tall. You can just see like the steel door in the distance.
the does anything seem? Does it seem like this is just like a secret, or does this seem like a normal construction?
No, I think this seems like it was added into the house.
Mm-hmm. But what I mean is, does anything feel weird or off about it? Like other than
It feels antiseptic. It feels sterile. Other than that, do you want to roll to figure something out? But I don't know what else you can figure out that. I mean, you can try to pierce our mask.
Yeah, but I'm at a disadvantage to do that right now. Still try. I got 9 minus 2 is 7.
Okay. Well, no, insecure is -2 to stand in defense or reject what others say. You're fine.
Okay. So it's
Okay.
9. So.
All right. So yeah.
What are you really planning?
I think I think when you're kind of like standing there, kind of like without knowing say before I think you can even say what you think what the space is. She says and she says that this this is an Aegis safety panic room for agents who are compromised and need a place to stay. Now you would know that if you bother to put your head down and work hard, and maybe Aegis will trust you with more of its secrets. That's where Agent Agent McCreary is. And I think what you're planning, what you get is what she's planning on getting to Agent McCreary, Mrs. Smith, by herself before anyone else could.
Including me?
Before
Right now?
anyone else could.
Mm-hmm.
Now I'm here because Agent McCreary sent out a panic signal as is per protocols. Now what I'm curious about is how did you find this place? And what are you doing here? Agent Ryback.
Is that right? That's interesting. And I'm going to... I'm going to turn and like face her in a like defensive stance, because that feels off to me. I would like to assess the situation.
All right. Okay. Roll. Good luck.
What is it? I can't remember what you said. Insecure does again.
Oh, it's defense and rejecting, so you're fine.
Okay, so that's fine. What here is the biggest threat?
It's Agent Sunday.
Mm-hmm.
So what do? You get a +1 acting on this answer.
Because she called me for help.
Wait. Did you? Sorry,
I was charging up my palm cannon.
Agent Ryback. You don't know how much myself and everyone else who vouched for you are so disappointed right now. Go on. Shoot me. And where do your prospects go? Where do the prospects of your friends go? What would happen to your friend Serenade? To Varga Rocks? To Agent Sulit, even? What about... What would Agent Romero think of you right now?
Who are you really?
I didn't give her a first name. Hold on, I need to think of a first name for her. My name is Agent Victoria Sunday. I am a member of Aegis, of their Howl Division, and I'm here to save lives and protect the world.
And if you're really here following the safe house beacon that you're talking about, why is it that I was the one that got an emergency message from Mrs. Smith instead of you.
Well, that's something for Mrs. Smith to answer for, isn't it? That's for her to answer to us for. Do you want to cut away so that we
Yeah.
can release some of this tension? Okay, cool. All right, let's go to the other scene, which is it's actually I think as tense. Oops. Okay, so Varga, you're probably seeing, yeah. Okay, it's triumphant. You knocked down the Aria of Blades. Serenade got the big sword, but okay, Serenade. What happens when your kill code is activated?
Then I get, well, it actually is a bit like what happened in the dance club, I guess. I just let rip. It's like I have this big sword right now. I think at first you see this Serenade of Thorns stiffen up, like fighting this. But it's the kill code, so they will just start destroying everything that is an enemy. And I think at that moment that is mostly Varga, right? Because it can be the one who set the kill code. So
Yeah. So Varga, Serenade's coming at you with a big stupid sword.
yes, and I have to let me read this. I unleash my powers indiscriminately until someone pierces the mask or I take a powerful blow. Afterwards, I take a condition, obviously.
Yeah.
So I will start unleashing my powers in your direction, which means I will be attacking you with this stupid ice sword because it's still in my hand.
Go for it.
Yay. Okay, should I roll?
Hold on. Yeah. Go ahead. I want to see how badly this is working. Well, I want to see. Yeah, so we can have position.
I'm very sorry. Oh wow, I've rolled. It's an 8, so it's not too.
Okay. So because you're in your kill code, you know what? I'm gonna choose. Take a condition. I think you're amped up. You're in a moment of triumph over the Aria of Blades, so your adrenaline is pumping. So this is not going to be it's not going to be a temporary effect. Anyway.
Okay.
Yeah, and I think it. Oh yeah. If I may, I think it's time to save Serenade of Thorns. I'm putting on my game face.
Nice.
I'm
Right.
going to mark afraid though, because this is not how I planned to teach her how to dance.
I'm taking hopeless because this is actually, or no, I'm taking angry right now. I'm just that's just what the kill code does. Makes me angry.
Yeah.
All right, Varga, what do you do?
Yeah, I think like I've been imagining this sword as like one of those like tine blades. It's like almost like a tuning fork that's a blade. And maybe it hits like Varga like claps her hands on it, but that activates the tuning fork. And just like she's like in a lot of pain as the disharmony probably is souping up Serenade, but is completely screwing with the stone in her body. And it's like, I don't want to hurt you. I don't want to hurt, but I want to hurt her. And she'll twist the blade as best she can, and it's like, sorry, and try to kick Serenade into the Aria of Blades.
Serenade's
Okay.
face is totally passive while they're doing this. It's just like, I'm taking out the trash or something. I'm just doing a job here. It's kind of creepy.
And, so yeah, is that directly engaging or?
Yes, I think so. Well, I think because you're trying to do. Oh yeah, that's a direct engage actually, because you're trying to attack another villain, who I would say right now is still not defeated mechanically. So
It does not matter. I got a 5.
oh boy. Okay. Oh, how does this look? Yeah, I think you try. I think the disharmony just like it's affecting you. I think there's a moment.
Wait, no. I
Oh,
got a
go ahead.
6 of game face. I am going to
Oh
stand
yeah,
his team selfishly. Bump
cool.
my savior down and my danger up. So I got a 7.
Okay, cool. All right, cool. Yeah, pick one.
I am going to take. I think I kick the core, so I'm going to take the efficacy of the kill code. As basically, I'm disrupting the kill code as I kick the core and Serenade back into Arya.
Okay.
I think this definitely leaves me open to all the people around me to beat the crap out of me.
Yeah, I
And
think yeah. Well, yeah, I think yeah. You'll take efficacy, which means that I think because in according to the move, there has to be like some specific moves happen to Serenade, so you get a +1 when you try to do those, like piercing the mask or when they take a powerful blow. But you're gonna take a powerful blow, Varga, because yeah, the mooks behind you, they pumped out their sonic fists and they're gonna attack your disharmony, as in
I got
like,
a 10.
oh my god. Okay. Pick one. Remove yourself from situation. Lose control of yourself, your powers, in a terrible way. Or 2 options from the 7 to 9 list.
No, I think I'm removing Varga from the situation. They are no longer beating Varga up. Melcor is getting the shit kicked out of him.
Oh shit. Oh, buddy. Oh, well, this is yeah. Okay. Oh, okay. All right. Let's cut back to Loki for something that's less. Wow, the escalation. Okay, all right. Let's get into this. Oh, Serenade. Sorry, you unmuted there.
I just wanted to ask if I take a powerful blow, but I won't because Varga.
Actually,
Oh no, Varga did it right?
Oh no, she did. She tossed you into Arya. I think yeah, I'll count that because it's Varga.
Yeah.
So yeah,
she's
roll, take a powerful
seven.
blow.
Okay, what do I roll for? Take a powerful
Plus
blow. My
conditions.
conditions, right? I've got one condition. So let's see about that. Roll badly, please. Oh no, I've got a 9.
All right. On a 7 to 9, choose one. You lash out verbally, provoke a teammate to foolhardy action, or take advantage of your influence to inflict a condition. You give ground, your opposition gets an opportunity, or you struggle past the pain. Mark 2 conditions.
I don't have many conditions to mark, I guess, but I will because right now I don't know. I will feel guilty and I will be afraid. And also I will be insecure because I get out of the kill switch thingy, but I am myself again. Yay.
What is Jamie going to come back to next week? Because of how long we're running, he might have to come and save y'all. I don't know. Okay, all right. So I think what's gonna happen is because that direct engage was a failure. When you knock back into Arya, she's still in play. Like mechanically, she's still in play. And so what's gonna happen is you're not right there, and you're kind of blinking out, and then you feel her like arm around your neck, and say that. Now, why would I want to be someone as broken and controlled as you, Serenade?
Because I'm still better than you.
Oh, wow. Okay. All right. Okay. I think she'll have to roll to take a powerful blow from that. But yeah, let's cut back to Loki. Yeah.
All right.
And Sunday's looking you down. She's not backing down. What do you do?
You know what? Someone called me out a while ago about being afraid. Afraid to take risks. Afraid to do what needed to be done. Now, maybe there's nothing going on here. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe I am just being paranoid. But I'm not going to take the risk that I'm not right. I'm gonna blast her with a stun blast.
Okay. Oh, a stun blast. Okay. All right.
I'm a superhero. I'm not gonna use lethal force.
Okay. All right. Um. Okay. What to roll? I guess you're kind of directly engaging her, unless you can tell me like because it's a stun thing, it's unleash your power, so it's another gadget, or what do you think?
I think it's just directly engaging a threat.
Okay. Good luck.
Yeah. Okay.
You got a -1 there, buddy.
Am I?
Yes, you do.
Okay. Yeah. Sure.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Mark
okay.
potential.
Well, I mark potential, and I get that's me filled up.
Okay, so what's gonna happen is you hit you hear a stun blast and she gets, yeah, you have 5 in your team pool, but you're all separated except for Varga and Serenade right now. But okay, all right. Well, before we
much less anyone else.
yeah, okay, all right. So I think yeah, you hit her with the stun blast and she gets knocked back. She knocks back and falls to the ground. Looks like she's stunned. There's like a 5 or 10 seconds, I think, when you're looking down at her like stunned form. And then she gets back up. Like her neck, looking annoyed. And then she says, but then she looks at you. And she says, I hope you thought about the consequences of that.
That's impossible.
That's a great thing with geniuses, aren't they? Just think nothing's impossible. I think she points a gun at you and says, "You've just directly attacked an Aegis operative, and there is evidence already. It's already been locked back to HQ. So either come quietly, or you'll have to be taken in by force."
I'm fine with just leaving it on that note.
Yeah, I think actually what's going to happen is she doesn't take you back to the house. She takes you to like one of the down the corridors, and you see like, yeah, it is an Aegis safe house. There's like another room there, and I think what's going to happen is, yeah, it's another room. When you come in, it's a cell. It's a Spartan white cell with just a cot, and then she just says, "Stay here while I sort out the situation." And she doesn't even let you like protest anything. She just closes, locks the door, leaves you inside there. Okay, let's try and sort out the scene up above. Melcor, you're just gonna be beaten up there.
Oh, Melcor doesn't have the energy absorption or the bodily movements of Varga, but she does make him stronger than any. He has like Spider-Man strength.
Okay, yeah, I love that. What do you do?
I think like there is that time where they're kicking him, they're beating him, and just like he finally just like remembers Viviana Sarah. Like there's like this small flashback, like punch again, punch again. It's like like there's the old thought bubble of I did need this, and he just lashes out with a punch directly into one of the masks above him.
Nice. Okay. All right. So that's directly engaging. Good. Good hacking luck. Let's hope the dice roller's nice this
I
time.
got 11.
Oh my Christ. I was getting worried. I was getting
So I will not. I will defend against their blows, and if I can, take their consciousness from them.
Fuck yeah. Go ahead. Mechanically, they were down to 1 hit anyway. So
So I think like he punches the guy with the mask off of him, and the other two are coming in. He does the Varga kip up. They get too close to each other. He turns around, grabs their heads, and smashes them in together.
nice. Okay, so you're beating them up, and you see that fucking Aria of Blades is still unconscious, and she's got Serenade on the chokehold.
Yeah.
Can I fight her?
Yeah. Good luck.
Because I mean, she's very close to me right now, which is a good thing, really.
Yeah. She has a lot of weapons, but you are a weapon.
Exactly. So what I want to do is I want to directly engage her. When I say to her, she has to take a powerful blow from me telling her that I'm still better.
No, I'm just joking. Like, it's just,
okay, I'll say that, and then I'll just turn her chokehold into an embrace and try to just slam her onto the next column that is standing in the room. That is my hope, at least, and I'll use a directly engaged threat. I am at -2, but that means I've still got +1. And that still takes me to 9, and I use my influence to take that to 10.
Nice.
Yes.
2 things.
And now I'm taking her consciousness from her.
Yeah,
because I've got enough of her right at this point.
You do
and
it.
I also will resist or avoid her blows in that moment because I don't want to get punched or stabbed or anything again.
Yeah, I was preparing a stab right there. But no, yeah, you get her after you say that because you're still better. Yeah, you do your embrace and you knock her lights out. You take her consciousness away, and yeah, I think it all settles. She kind of slumps back down to the ground, unconscious. Melcor, you see Melcor.
I am very sorry for attacking you.
You did what you were trained to do. That wasn't you. That was her. She made you do that. And anyway, he'll smile. Like, you can tell like his lip is going to swell up soon. Like, I did tell you. I'm here to train you how to dance. Train you how to to teach you how to dance. Yeah, English.
I hope to learn from a master.
Probably the last thing we get is like, now let's find Loki.
Yes.
I think, yeah. But when you get turned to find Loki, you see Agent Sunday waiting at the top of the staircase.
Oh.
And she's looking at the two of you like, we need to talk. I think that's where the issue ends.
Mm-hmm. Love it.
Yeah. All right. Let's do end of session. Go on, Varga. Which one?
Ooh.
Closer, image, or away?
I think I even with this, no, actually, I think I'm growing into my own image of myself because Viviana has been teaching me that like Melcor needs to be able to stand without relying completely on Varga, and he's kind of doing that. So I will boost my mundane back to 3, but I'll push my savior down to 0.
Interesting.
Because I really didn't save Serenade. She saved herself.
Aw. Loki, how you feeling,
Hmm.
bud? I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry.
I feel like he grew away from the team there because he decided to go off on his own and without backup try and find Agent find Missy Smith. I think I'll take influence away. From let's say Serenade, because this was their spotlight.
Okay. Right. And Serenade?
I think I grew closer to my image of myself, whether that's a good thing or not, because I projected this whole I'm a weapon thing pretty strongly in this issue. So I will, I think I will go down with mundane, or with superior really, and I will go up with freak, because I'm so much freaky.
Nice. Well, won't be as freaky as this Arya person anyway.
Oh, that's debatable.
All right. Wow, that was a ride and a half. Jesus Christ. You folks are fantastic as always. Oh my god. I want to link this character sheet to Alan and like, hey, look at all those conditions. Mention that in the chat. Anyway, it's been fantastic. I always want to put that on the record. Yo, fantastic as always. Jesus Christ. I'm glad this is a quarterly, so like I'll see you all from normally next week be like, oh, this will be the end. But no, stuff more to come. But like, Jesus, things are heating up. Anyway, I'll stop the broadcast and we can talk and gosh and just cry and whatnot. I'll stop this.